about is I'm very excited that Saturday cannot come any sooner. I've been here in Seattle preparing for the last 6 weeks straight. So it's been the best training camp I've ever had. I finally have a coach that's going to be my permanent coach that's finally, I think, is going to make me fight to my potential, and do what I've always wanted to do. I've been very disappointed with my subpar performances in my UFC career. So now I feel ready. I'm mentally ready. I'm physically ready. I have a coach. I have a sports psychiatrist, Brian Kane, work with me every week, all the time. It's the best I've ever been. So I really cannot wait to fight, to the level that my fans have been expecting me to fight. And pretty much myself. I've been very disappointed with my UFC fights. I've had great fights until I got up to the UFC. And being a coach and a fighter at the same time really hasn't paid any dividends to me. And I've been separating myself from Ohio, from training. I secluded myself to become just a student again, and I think it's been the best move that I've made in a long time.
Correct. So you have left Ohio for good, and you're planning on making permanent home in Washington?
Yes. I'm going to leave Ohio for good. I have a school of 400 students. Every time now, 2 months, 8 weeks out of a fight, I will be training with Matt. Whatever Matt is. Sometimes Matt comes to Hawaii and trains in my school. Sometimes Matt goes to Hawaii. We're going to train camp in Hawaii. And sometimes Matt stays here in Seattle. We're going to stay in Seattle. So I just plan on making my training camp whatever Matt Hume decides for me and Rich to do. Rich is on the same boat. Matt's also Rich's coach now.
And your academy is JG MMA Academy. Can you give some information about that?
Yeah, we'll talk to you about my academy.
Yes.
Okay, it's hold on a second. I'm gonna move my room real quick.
Okay.
Everybody's chilling out here. They're gonna go on the boat or whatever they're doing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They allow them to be disrespectful.
Who's your trainer?
Joe Jameson. From End Zone Athletics. He's actually a very, very extremely good trainer. Got me in great shape for this fight. He's just really lazy.
Yeah.
I make fun of him, but he's a lazy. Lazy. He's just shaking his head at me like, I'm not lazy. You're lazy.
Okay, so
you got a guy that's the best trainer ever. He can make you get in the best shape ever, but he's not going to train himself ever, The kind of type of people.
Right.
Do what I say, don't do what I do.
Okay.
So, yeah, my gym, I'm going to hear about myself. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah, my gym it's great. I have a 13,000 square foot facility in Ohio with, obviously, Dustin Hazley just came off a huge win of Josh Koscheck, Matt Brown, and another handful of UFC fighters, and fighters are fighting the AFL in a lot of different leagues. So I have my gym is extremely successful as far as attendance. I have a full octagon in there, boxing ring, full weight equipment, airdynes, over 5,000 square feet of mats. So everything that I've ever wanted is there. I just need a coach. I needed a coach. As soon as I stepped off that octagon in my last fight on March 1st with John Halverson, I made a call and I made a decision that I was not performing up to my expectations or to anybody's expectations, as a matter of fact, and I made a call to Boris Delagrati in Boston. That's what my original plan was, to go join. If you see an earlier interview, as soon as I stepped off the octagon, my little brother is always in my corner and said, George, you need to make changes. You need to do something. You need to do something. You're not fighting. You're dragging on fights. You're supposed to finish on the first round, and you're dragging on to decisions, and you've got to do something different. And I go, I know. I'm disappointed. I'm upset. I was obviously grateful that I won, but I was very upset with the way I have been fighting. I'm not supposed to drag on to decisions. I hate it. And I called the Librati, and it was all set for me to go there. Long story short, Mark ended up cornering Travis Luter against Rich, and I didn't, and Rich has been training with Matt Hume. I've known Matt and became friends with Matt over this last year because he comes to Cincinnati to train Rich, and we went to Wyoming together when we were preparing for Alvin Robinson and respectively Rich with Anderson Silva. But Matt was mainly there for Rich. Matt was hired to train Rich, not me. So when I got to Canada, to the Montreal card, I decided that I'm not going to leave this country without a game plan all the way to the day that I fight. I don't care if I'm going to Seattle or if I'm going to Boston. I need to make up my mind. I was talking to Brian Kane, which is my sports psychiatrist. They were, George, you need to make up your mind. I didn't get a chance to really talk to Mark Delagrati the whole time I was there. And I was rooming with Matt Hume. So Matt goes, George, I want to come to Seattle. I want you to do this, we're going to work like this, and we're going to do this, this, and that. And he was just telling me what to do, how Matt does things. And he picked up my daily planner out of my hands, and he started writing on it, crossing pages. You're off here. You're going to be off this week. I've never taken a week off in my life, so I was immediately shocked. I'm like, that's my daily planner. Why are you touching it? And he started crossing pages. You're off here. You're off this week. You come to Seattle here. You go back to Cincinnati. You train in Cincinnati here. You go back to Seattle here. Stay this week, this week, this week, this week, this week, this week here in Seattle. And then you go back and you go fight your fight. So he made up my mind for me. I didn't have to make a decision. I was like, okay, that's what I want to hear. He goes, you're going to be my priority. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to train you, and you're going to have your own training camp in Seattle. That's what I needed to hear. And everybody always has their George. You see me in everybody's corner. Marcus Davis' corner. I've been in Joe Rick's corner. I've been in Dustin's corner. Rich's corner. Every single fight of his career. All my fighters everybody's got their coach and they've got their Jorge Gurgel on the side. I had nobody. I had to run practice, run my school, teach my fighters, and train myself. And I realized that it was not paying off. It was not helping me. I needed to make a change. I needed to find somebody with the skills to make me change, to make me fight a smarter fight, and to make me display the skills that I have instead of going there and just throwing hands against another guy and see who's the tougher man. So Matt has impressed me and taken care of me more superseded all my expectations, exceeded all my expectations, and I could not have made a better choice. I'm the best I've ever been, and I'm really, really ready for this fight.
So we're going to see a brand new George, and does that mean you're planning on sticking with the UFC for the rest of your career as well?
We're playing with the UFC?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God, yes. I don't care. I've told this many times, and people think, actually people believe me because it's been my motto my whole life. I've been fighting for a long time. I'm not a rookie, I've been fighting for almost 8 years professionally, so I've been fighting since I was paid 50 or $100. I moved to this country originally in a college scholarship, but my dream was to fight for the UFC. I was watching Royce in '93 in Brazil, winning UFC. I'm like, that's what I want to do. And the UFC is in the United States, so I got to find a way to transfer college and go to the United States, make a living there, eventually open up my school, train myself to be the best fighter I can be. I don't care if the UFC pays me $5,000 for the rest of my career. And I've had offers of $40,000 to $40,000 at least to fight for other organizations. And it's not about money. It's never been about money. It's been about fulfilling a childhood dream.